Okay. I don't know if I mentioned this before, but mass deportations and invading construction sites and deporting people, that's not the way to go about it. That's an unpeaceful way of going about it. And the way that I see things, honestly, the government and the businesses and the corporations, they're always trying to do something to get people's attention, to make people react in a certain way. It's just stupid. Like, it's always something every year, and it's been this way since 9/11. First it was 9/11, then it was the swine flu, then it was the oil leak, then it was the earthquake in Haiti, then it was the COVID shutdown, then it was that, what was it? I can't remember, when those police killed an innocent black man, and they thought it was a whole race thing or whatever. Like, and then you had the whole Black Lives Matter group thing happen, and then you had people protesting, and now you have the ICE thing, and now you have them protest. It's like, it's something new every 2 years, and the government does this on purpose. The government literally does this. They always try to find something that they're gonna do to cause people to have an outbreak and to fight each other and to be against each other. They're always going to do something, and then because the government knows that people are going to do it. Because the government knows that the more that they can keep us fighting amongst ourselves and disagreeing and arguing and killing each other and trying to make us believe that the whole race thing is real, when there's really no such thing as fucking race. Like, there's no such thing as black, white, Hispanic. It doesn't exist. Those are terms that the fucking government made up of. No other country classifies their people by skin color. They don't. So it's just always something with this government that they're always trying to make people fight and argue with each other, because they know that the more we're fighting amongst ourselves and protesting and having all these outbursts every 2 or 3 years, the less focused we are on the corrupted government system. That's why they want us to be fighting all the time. They want us to be fighting amongst ourselves because they're afraid of us. They don't want us to stand up to them, because they know that there's more of us than them. So the more they can keep us divided and fighting. But I just find that it's amazing how, like, every 2 or 3 years there's always something going on the news, that they put on the news, that they know it's going to cause people to get upset, fight, argue, protest, post on social media, make a meme about. It's like every 2 years they do this crap and people play into it. It's ridiculous. But this is what I can't stand about people. This is why this is one of the reasons why I left America. I don't live in America anymore. I live in Mexico. I packed my crap up. I decided I'm going to stay with my family in Mexico. There's just too much stupid crap going on here. I want to live in Mexico where we're all Mexicans. We don't classify each other by our skin colors. We're all Mexican. There is no black Mexican, white Mexican, like there is here apparently. White American, black American, Hispanic American. We don't have that shit there. Not in Mexico. We don't have that shit in Australia. We don't have that shit in fucking Europe. Only in the fucking US they think that we have to classify ourselves with a skin color to keep us divided. Because that's what the government here wants. But that's just the first part of this video. The second part of what I have to say is that if you back to what I said at the beginning of the video, if you really want to get rid of the illegal immigrants here, stop offering a translation for them. Stop putting up signs in Spanish. Stop putting, okay, I speak English and Spanish both, but I don't translate for no one. It doesn't matter if my manager or my boss or whatever, when I did live in the US, like, I would still refuse to translate for people, because I don't go to Mexico and expect everyone to speak English. No, I speak the language. I just don't understand where people get the idea that it's okay to travel and visit or immigrate or live in a country that you don't speak the language of. Because my mom and dad, when they were raising me, They taught me that's just fucking stupid. It is. It's just fucking stupidity to go to a country you don't speak the language of. So that's what they really need to do in the U.S. if they want to get rid of the whole immigration problem. It's not massive ICE outbreaks and things that the government knows is going to intentionally cause riots in the streets. Okay, there's different ways to do things. There's always a peaceful way to do things, and there's an unnecessary way to do things. And the government always chooses the unnecessary way to deal with things because they know that it's going to cause an outbreak. They know people are going to cause an outburst. They know people are going to fight amongst themselves, and that's what the government wants. They're always going to pick those decisions. But anyways, stop offering translations to people. That's all you got to do. It should be against company policy of any job in America to translate for someone. Also, they need to make it a legal requirement where you have to speak English. Be able to speak English. It doesn't matter if you want to speak Spanish or whatever at home. It doesn't matter if you want to speak Spanish amongst your coworkers. But before any job hires an employee, there should be an English assessment, and you should have to pass that assessment. And if you cannot pass that assessment, to prove you can understand, read, write, and speak sufficient English, you cannot have a job in America. That's what they need to do. You do that, you get rid of all the illegal people. That simple. And then stores too. Stores need to stop offering translations for customers. When I had jobs in the U.S., I would never translate for a customer, and I would tell them straight to their face, exact same thing I'm telling you. Why did you come to a country that you don't speak the language of? But that's how you deal with the whole immigration thing. Stop putting up signs in multiple languages so people can read. Stop translating for people. Stop doing things that promote or support the idea that it's okay to go to a country that you don't fucking speak the language of. Stop doing that shit. I remember there's one time I was in the U.S. I was at an AutoZone, and there's a girl or woman on the phone. I think it was with her dad or her husband or somebody, and neither of them spoke English. She didn't speak English. She spoke Spanish, and I was literally the only person in the store, and I wasn't a customer. I was a customer. I wasn't a worker. I was a customer there. And of course, they asked me to translate for the girl. I said no. It's her. It's her and her family's fault for coming to a country they don't fucking speak the language of. I'm not translating for nobody. I will speak Spanish to people if they speak Spanish to me, but I'm not gonna be an intermediate. I'm not gonna be a translator. I'm not gonna do that. I'm sorry. Okay, and that's what everyone else needs to do. Stop translating for people. Stop making these people feel comfortable, and stop putting this idea in their head, this false idea in their head that it's okay to come to a country you don't speak the language of. The sooner we get rid of that idea, the sooner we get rid of that concept, the quicker we're going to get rid of illegal immigrants. Because if you stop translating for people, stop offering translating people, stop hiring people who can't speak English, everything's just going to fall out. But the government doesn't want to go about that. The government has to always choose the most chaotic and the method that's going to cause the most chaos. That's what the government is. That's what they do. But people obviously don't want the right thing. People know what the right thing to do is. They just don't want to do it because they think their way is better. I mean, it's ridiculous. So people are always going to be fighting amongst themselves. There's never going to be true peace or true justice. It's simply because people just can't come into an agreement with anything. But that's just what I think. So if it doesn't make any sense for people to be supporting the whole ICE movement, because the whole ICE movement, it's chaotic, it's violent, it's not peaceful. There are peaceful ways to remove illegal immigrants, and that is not the way to do it. That is not the way to do it. Okay, because I'm pretty sure if somebody came around and started just arresting people, I'm pretty sure if the police went around and arresting almost, invading job sites and arresting almost every black person they see. Oh, that's racism. That's a big deal. That's an outburst. That's an outrage. Heaven forbid the police to invade job sites and just start arresting black people. Oh, but it's okay if they start arresting Mexicans? It's not chaotic that they're arresting Mexicans? Explain this to me. So this is another issue we have in America, that y'all have in America. Y'all say one thing, but then do the complete opposite. Y'all want a peaceful way to do things, but then you turn around and do the most chaotic thing possible, and you let the government do the most chaotic thing you let the government handle things the most chaotic way possible. So this is why I left America. But you know, and whenever y'all decide to get y'all's crap together, let me know. I might come back for a visit.